Moving forward in this channel, I'm going to be doing resets, recaps, going over some important things and some important goals and some valuable things that I've learned in the previous month, and also set myself up for the next month so I can be able, to grow and achieve some of the important goals that I set for the year. So let's go over and look at some of the important things that I did in the month of April, and go over later on. We're going to go over and look at some of the important things I'm planning to do in May. So the first and most important thing I want to talk about first initially is the health part, So some of the important things that I did that I was planning to do is increase my time when it comes to rest. So sleep time is really important. And one of the main goals that I set also for 2026 was to reduce screen time. And I have a very good amount of data that I've gathered since the beginning of the year in January. So I can definitely look back and see, some of the important things that I was able to do, how many hours that I kind of slept, how many screen time that I had on different apps, so I can reduce it. And one of the key things that I started doing this month was definitely setting caps on the apps. So if you have an Android, you can go on settings and you can definitely, time the amount of hours you can spend on an app. So I reduced that time on TikTok significantly because I was spending a lot of time with the previous months. So it definitely helped out a lot. Like, let's say for example, like in March, I spent like a lot of time on it compared to other months. It was like 14%. Right now it went down to April. It went down to 13.4. So I did make progress. Also, my sleep went up pretty good, which is pretty important. Even though still not, it's like slept for around 222 hours for the entire month. But if I slept like 8 hours every single day, that would have been 240 hours. So it's still a little bit below that threshold, but I can see the progress. So that was a fantastic thing. When it comes to my health, I want to definitely prioritize sleeping time and also use, the other times that I have in some productive activities, which is the other part is going to be, in tennis, pickleball, golf, and other social stuff that I did within those activities. So when I actually look at that, let me see. Let's say, for example, for tennis, I did not play that much tennis in April. I used to play like a lot singles matches, but my friend got injured on April 2nd during this match that we played on the 6th. And he basically broke his ankle. Not broke his ankle, he's kind of rolled it. It was pretty bad. But at the beginning, I did record it and played it. I started recording those matches too, which is kind of fantastic. And I did make some pretty good progress that I was trying to make, especially making adjustments with my serve. That was something that I noticed and become consistent with, especially with the footwork. And I was able to see it, during the match and make adjustments. And I also was able to kind of hit pretty good forehand, backhand shots, and with some important adjustments when it comes to the fluidity and the depth of the ball going into the court, getting deep to the baseline. So that was something really important that I've noticed that I saw in the videos, and I made adjustments while holding, the way that I hold a racket than the previous years that I played. So that was pretty good. And unfortunately, as I said, he kind of got injured. I did win, 2 of the 3 matches that I played, and I also played a really awesome match. Doubles matches I've been playing here and there. At Richmond, it's really fun. That was one of my favorite matches. It was really kind of fun. It was like me and Yolanda versus Jose and Daniel. That was a fun match. I still kind of like reflect back and be like, oh my god, that was like awesome spot. That was amazing. So that was a great part when it comes to health and also like social part of it. I did play golf, practiced golf. The weather was so windy. If you look at it from the videos of like April tennis match, you can see like it was just windy. Spring is kind of like that. And I was able to kind of utilize the other hobby that I have that kind of helps out significantly when it comes to this weather conditions. If it's not like predictable, like see over here, like the golf, it's I spend like three, okay, 1.4%, which is like 6 hours, which is pretty good relatively. It wasn't that high in the previous months that it was, but it's kind of like competing with tennis and also pickleball. I also played significant pickleball. I did meet some good people over there. I'm using my left arm at the same time too to kind of help me, use the bright side of my brain in a way. So it's kind of like one of the things I also want to do right now to kind of play with a variety of people. If I play like with beginners and stuff, like it's just gonna be more fun if I use my left arm compared to my right arm. Just gonna be like very completely dominant and stuff. That was one of the things that I kind of came up with this year. That definitely I can see some awesome, progress. Because when I play with my left arm, I can kind of see like, oh, it's more fun, it's more relaxing, it's more social. When I use my right arm, I'm like, okay, I'm like locked in. I want to win and kind of stuff. And the people that you kind of play with, they're kind of locked into like when you go to the level when it gets higher, it's kind of like that. If you play pickleball, you kind of understand it. Like it goes competitive when you actually are playing, like at 3, 5, 4, 0 and things like that, But at the beginning, just to socialize and stuff, it's just definitely important to kind of play, like just relax and then just socialize and stuff. And I was able to do that. Also, I went there, I played singles match with my left arm. It was pretty cool. I practiced one day my tennis after work. That was kind of fun. So that's gonna be like the health part of it that I want to like reflect back on. So the other thing that I want to talk about was also like working out. Like this was one of the vision was similar to the vision board that I had like last month. I did work out like one time. I think I worked like 1 or 2 times, like my arms. I was trying to build my arms, so that was some kind of inspiration that I was trying to get. But I'm gonna talk about this later on for May. And let's see, another important thing is when it comes to the mental aspect of it, yeah, I try to sleep pretty good. That kind of helped me out. Just relax. Really wanted to watch the movie, go there and watch the Project Hail Mary movie, but I'm saying like I was just like sleeping and all that kind of stuff. So the health part of it, I kind of like it. I made some progress, exercised pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job about that. And some of the important questions that I usually do to do reflections on for the month of May is, let's see, yeah, did I take care of my body? Definitely. Also, like that cleaning space, also having a cleaning space, that was fantastic too. And increased my sleep time. I kind of made adjustments to that spot too. Like I'm kind of sleeping pretty good right now. I need to do more of it. As I said over here, what really made me happy, playing, winning the match with Yolanda. That was really fun. Playing golf, that was really awesome. During the windy days, and I've seen the progress that I was making. Like it was just kind of like up and down, but it was really fun. Like I can definitely see the progress that I made. I went to the lake, over there, and just relax, just enjoy the wind, play some golf. That was a pretty fun time. Did I show up for people I care about? Yeah, definitely. Helped out my parents and all that kind of stuff. The habits that I keep or stop, definitely going to be, increasing the time for sleeping, reading, making adjustments, having a routine that I want to have, especially when it comes to bedtime. Bedtime routine is going to be reading and coloring, so I can definitely just like relax and who's into it. The book that I want to read definitely is going to be, it's like an AI stuff. I definitely got into that. So AI systems, that is something I definitely want to get involved. AI systems, right now I'm going to be reading it. And yeah, work out 2 times a week. My arms, below the arms, so it's spring. So basically when summer comes, I'm going to be like jacked up. So that's going to be, I want to try the African curls that they have. I saw it on TikTok. I was like, you know what? I want to try that, So So it's usually like if you want to check it out on TikTok, you're doing dumbbell presses, and they have like a technique that is definitely, it looks like they're making progress with building the arms. So I definitely gotta check it out. That's gonna be it. Golf, tennis, pickleball is something I definitely gonna be continue doing, and also wanted to do some chess too. I also forgot about the chess. I did try to play chess at the end. That was kind of fun too. I did play that. Like that 3D pool, I definitely play pool too. That was I can say that was like entertainment, I guess. Like get that pool table stick, like I'm playing that video game, and there was a stick that I really want to get. So like eventually in May, I'm probably gonna get it. And I reduced the time that I spent playing pool. Also, like I did spend a significant amount of time playing pool, like around like 12 hours. Dude, that's crazy. But like 13 hours playing pool. But I definitely going to reduce that time in the month of May and do other stuff. So now let's go over to the other part. Let's see. I'm sticking into like talking about like health. I definitely want to continue talking about mindset wise. Some of the important things that I definitely learned about that learned like this month was definitely when it comes to like creating content, like in posting, when it comes to business and things like that, the 80-20 principle. Charlie is one of the guys, like he's like a big YouTuber. I follow him, and he talked about that. Oh, the majority of the content that I make, some of them are not gonna like do very well, but the 20% that do well are going to perform very, very well. So the 80% is just really not do well, with the 20% that do well is just like phenomenal. I think I kind of flipped it out a little bit, but he talked about that, and that definitely makes a lot of sense. And he says like, okay, he's okay to fail, the majority of the time, to continue just post, and then that kind of like hit that kind of happens. I can kind of cover all of that. Like, just definitely made a lot of sense to me. I really enjoyed that too. Another thing also that I kind of really kind of shifted my mindset about is to the continually posting and then creating content, and then to eventually, so people can get comfortable with you. Like this one guy that I saw on TikTok, he talked about, when you're engaging with people, if you go to, let's say, for example, to Starbucks or McDonald's, any kind of restaurant, if the first time, they don't know you, so they're not going to, treat you differently. But if you just continuously go and create like a habit of just being in their face, they're going to like get comfortable with you, and then you get to, build some kind of form of relationship with the audience, and they're eventually going to want to seek out, and, just you get to get comfortable, and they want to click on your stuff, That is kind of the same thing with the content that you just continue to post. People would just get comfortable with you, and they just be on their face, basically, just continuously like show up. Is what the guy was trying to make a point. I definitely agree with that. Another aspect that I learned also was that about, this other creator that I kind of learned from her was that, like, she talked about, hey, people will show themselves, like you kind of see people's character, and it's up to you to kind of make a decision. Okay, if I want to spend more time with this person, or should I make decisions? So the power is always on you or on me to basically make a decision. Like, okay, this person, I can kind of see some of the character stuff. It's like I'm not like obligated to be that. Like if I just don't like that, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna deal with it. I kind of understand it, but just the way that she kind of delivered it, it just made even like more sense. So it made sense in the past. I kind of understood in the past, but it kind of made like more sense to me in that aspect. So that was something that was like pretty cool and chill, something that I kind of definitely learned when it comes to the mindsets wise, learning and growth. I definitely learned a lot, with those kind of things, and with my tennis game and all that kind of stuff. With my golf, I definitely made some important progress. So let's talk about the other important thing that I want to cover. Is going to be, of course, like the finance stuff. Like did I spend the most money? Was it worth it? Like, I definitely spent the majority of it, like paying taxes, and the expense went wise. Like last month, I filed my taxes, which is a pretty good job doing that. It's fantastic. I was doing continuously, but this time I kind of did a different product. If you're interested in it, you can use like Free Tax USA. That was pretty good. got a good job knowing it. How to do taxes, I definitely had built up all that kind of experience from the past. It's a really great thing, to kind of do tax on my own. I'm proud of that. Did I stick to my plan? Yes, I definitely stick to it. I definitely invested a lot. I did dial up on eating, eating out. When it comes to percentage, it's not even that much when I look at the budget, but it's like, but I definitely definitely increased it, and I just dialed it up and to make more investments on that aspect too. That is the dial that I definitely dialed up, that I'm dialing up like continuously for the next, few months, think maybe like the next few years. That I'm definitely going to continuously invest and all that. That's something I'm definitely going to be building up a lot. That I save or invest? I definitely did a lot. Habits should I keep or uh, money habits should I keep or fix? Definitely continuously do the stuff that I really do, and yeah, just continuously invest and not spend like on other stuff that kind of drains my bank accounts. I definitely are not going to be doing that. So that was pretty cool. And I'm on track of it when I look at the percentages and all that when it comes to like investing and all that kind of stuff. So that's something that's awesome. Oh, let's look at May finances. Yeah. Let's talk about, May goals. This is an important part. The health part, as I said, bedtime, routine, reading, coloring, the books, all systems read. This is highly ranked in Reddit sci-fi, kind of related to AI stuff. Definitely want to do that. Work out 2 times. Finances generate income for the second channel. I got that shit. I got to monetize and stuff. Learning AI and teacher posted. Now I'm kind of interested in AI, so I'm definitely gonna build on that one. The finances definitely double down on. Yeah, like now I have like a strategy when it comes to the freeloader challenge that I have. I'm definitely gonna take that money that I already made and then buy leaps on SPYM. That's some of the goals that I have. Be more productive at home. That is an important thing that I would definitely want to have, is just to just be more productive, create content, like learn and all this stuff that I definitely gonna be working on. Because like in the last month I was not that productive. Even though I have the systems kind of lined up there, I was not optimizing it that much. I'll definitely be more productive on that one. Entertainment wise, watch Project Hail Mary, PSG versus Bayern Munich match coming up. Definitely gonna watch that. A show that I'm gonna watch while I'm cooking and doing other stuff. But Brennan is definitely gonna watch that one. I think I'm on season 3 or something. Season 3 and 4, gonna watch it. There's other anime kind of stuff that I started watching. Maybe I watch it. Like anyway, but The Sopranos, I definitely gonna watch that. Pool, get that stick. Get that pool stick. That I think I'm definitely gonna. I'm super close and like getting it. So that's it. The vision board that I set up for this month. Yeah, definitely gonna pick some golf. Gonna be reading it. Great content. Of course, my goal is to hit 100K on just so those investments accounts and things like that. Made some massive progress on that one. Making massive progress on that one. Build those arms, definitely. My car, definitely do the car resets. That's something I definitely want to do. I guess this is like another, okay, that's a house finance, like another goal for my car, I guess. Definitely like fix remote and clean it. That's for my car. I was definitely gonna do some like hair stuff too. Like I did order some hair products and stuff for my hair, but it got lost. So I'm trying out like a new hairstyle. Yeah. So definitely gonna go for that one once I order the product. Once I did file like a claim with the USPS about that. That's an interesting thing that I learned this like I lost the product, I lost it, I went to the USPS office, I have to do all these kind of other stuff. But once I get the product, I definitely do that. And yeah, so moving forward, I'm gonna do that. Bedtime, definitely reading all that kind of stuff. And I pimped my ride definitely going to continue that. Make some dough. Double down on the freeloader challenge. Post content on my already monetized channel. Definitely learn a lot about AI and definitely utilize it. That's going to be my main goal going forward. Yeah, so we'll see how May goes. It's going to be the recap of it. So yeah, talk about some important things that I've learned. I'm bored. Yeah, so it's gonna be really interesting to see that. But it's gonna be the first video, so it's probably not gonna be like organized as I make more videos of this. It's gonna be more optimized, faster, quicker, but just like the first video. So just to get the ball rolling, get in the habit of like reflecting, doing other important stuff. So overall, yeah, this is the goal for that. We'll see next month. I come back here and optimize these important goals. Yeah, so let's get it.